Here we go. Let's talk about it because people are in their feelings today, and I'm going to address it. So let's go. Cats and parasites. Coach, why you sharing misinformation? Why you lying right now, Coach? You got to do better, Coach. I'm telling y'all, when it comes to these parasites, you need to be very, very smart on where they live. I'm going to give you a little story on a parasite. I forget the name of this particular parasite, but this parasite knows it can only live inside the intestines of sheep. So with this particular, because you don't know, these little worms are very, very, very intelligent. Just because they're little worms, you may think they're stupid, right? So let me tell you about this little worm, this little parasite that has to live inside of a sheep. What this parasite does is from sun up to sundown, around it so it don't get cooked, it goes on top of a blade of grass and it just sits there and hangs like this and waits till the sheep eat it so it can go inside the sheep and it can mate inside the sheep, right? So let's talk about the cat parasite, because I have 3 cats. I have 3 black cats, all right? And I found this out about a year ago before I let them live outside. Now, they come in from time to time, but there's no litter boxes inside my house. Now, if you live in a city and you got cats, you might be in your feelings. But I want you to understand something, because if you can't take information like this, you're not going to be able to take what's about to come this year. If you can't take the fact that your cats are harboring parasites inside their feces because the parasite inside the rodent realized it can only move to its next gestation period inside the cat, because that's how smart they are. It makes the rodent go towards the cat so the cat can catch the rodent, and it goes in the feces, and then when you clean the litter box, you got the parasite. Right? So then you can't take that. People are emotional about that. You know what's about to come right now on this planet, and you tripping about cats and parasites. And the fact that you might have gotten some of your parasites from your cats. I love all my cats. I've had my cats for years. My oldest one, I've had him since 2017. I've had him. My other 2, right? I've had them since 2020, right? I love my cats, but they got to live outside now. And check this, y'all. We be trying to imprison animals. That's the problem with us. Americans try to imprison animals, and to let an animal go outside in its natural habitat is like some other stuff. But if you go to other countries, you see dogs running around the streets. You see cats running around the streets. And whenever you got a foreign person that come over to this country, you're like, why y'all be living with animals? That's so nasty, right? They told me that. When I went over to Peru, when I went to Turkey, I seen giant dogs running around the streets. But us Americans, because we're taught by somebody or a being of people that teaches us to live and stay with our animals, right? The ones that can't clean ourselves, like dogs, right? That are the nastiest beasts that shit in your house, pee in your house and everything, and you think that's normal. But check this, y'all. That's not normal. To clean up another animal's shit is not normal. But I'm not going to get on the dogs thing. But I had a dog. And when I read the book, The Dog by Malachi Z. York, I got rid of my dog. I loved her 2 weeks later, because I realized what the truth was. And a lot of people can't take the truth. You can't take the truth. So you don't grow because you can't take the truth. That's the problem with a lot of y'all. Because your emotions take over. The parasites take over, right? Because the parasites say, uh-oh. They know you better than you know yourself. Uh-oh. You can't know this. So I'm going to go ahead and hit you right there, make you do something, make you react so you can forget what you just learned today. But that's how you don't grow, because your emotions control you instead of using your emotions as a guidance system to actually ascend in this realm, to ascend with your knowledge, to ascend with your habits. You are tripping about the fact that your cats have parasites in their poop. Do you realize your cats can go outside and be straight? Y'all trip. And it's funny how we look. It's like a double standard for certain animals. You could run over a squirrel. You could run over any animal. You could hit birds. You could do all this stuff. But y'all be sympathetic when it comes to dogs and cats. Who taught you this? That all animals were not created equal. Animals are the same. You just put animals on a pedestal. When you cook and kill that chicken, right? That chicken also had a life too, just like your cat. And I'm not saying, yeah, you hit a dog, you kill a dog, you're done. Because who's making the rules? I ain't gonna go too deep because I was about to go deep. Who's making the rules? Because y'all ain't ready to hear the next batch of information, I would say, because certain people would be very, very, very upset if they found out the truth about themselves. They'd be very, very upset. And instead of just learning and researching and figuring out what the real information was, you rather attack the person that's just trying to reveal the truth to you. Cats bring parasites. Parasites come from the rodents. The rodents are controlled by the parasites, just like the parasites control you. They control you to make you eat the food that you eat. They control you to make you act impulsively. They control you to make you act emotionally. So you don't think that they can control a mouse to make a mouse run right to its imprisoner or right to its killer and not make you run to your killer? Do you know that certain people that have parasites in them are attracted to each other because of the parasites they have in their body? This person looks prettier or more handsome to you because the parasites are trying to mate when you have sex. Like, let's go really deep when it comes to the parasites. What if you don't have rodents? If you don't have rodents, keep the cat in the house, right? But your cat can still get parasites from other things as well, all right? Can get them from you. You can bring parasites in, and you can give them to your cat. Your cat can give them back to you. Everybody should read a book, Your Brain on Parasites. If you read a book, Your Brain on Parasites, your whole perspective on parasites will be changed. Your Brain on Parasites. If you read that book, then you will know what I'm talking about. But we live in 2024, and most people don't like to read. You can't even read a description of a post, nevertheless read a book, right? Because we have been trained to have short attention spans. Listen, I just put out a parasite video yesterday, and people were asking me what was in the video. I'm like, wait a second, whoa. You didn't even watch the video. What? What? What the fuck is going on? Because we're controlled by parasites. And the only way to know if you're controlled by parasites is to take the parasite cleanse and get them out. Everybody that I have put on, that have bought the parasite cleanse, has had the same exact conversation with me. Wait a second. My cravings went away. Wait a second. I'm a little mad that I don't like eating the food I used to eat. Because you built a habit, right? You built a habit, but you didn't really want to eat the food because you want to be healthy. You want to think clearer. But guess what? Them parasites is eating good up in you. Every single time you have a snack, it's Thanksgiving parasites. I want y'all to think about a movie, right? The movie Men in Black, right? Now, the first Men in Black, the dude Edgar, that was taken over by this bug-looking alien, that was a parasite. That was about parasites. And when Edgar was finally inhabited by the bug parasite, what was the first thing that Edgar wanted to consume? Sugar water. I want sugar. I want sugar. Sugar. I want sugar. Sugar water. That's you when you in the market. When you eating cookies. That's you. I want cookies. Just one cookie. Cookies. That's you. And then after your parasite eats the cookie, you feel bad all over again. You get sleepy. You get a headache. Your joints start hurting. You feel sluggish. Eres? Mirenkleram bustikiram. Eh? So, if anybody wants a great parasite cleanse and detox, go to my website, earthlyelevation.com, and grab it. And it will work within a few days, and you will know what it is I'm talking about. I have put together about 8 ingredients in this thing that will blow them smooth out the water. All right? I'm telling you. And a lot of y'all, I've noticed this. I'm out and about, right? I've noticed this, right? I've noticed that humans react slower. Our hand-eye coordination is slower. Our reactionary time is slower. Our ability to think critically is slower. We are compromised. Family, we are compromised. And if you don't want to be compromised, you're going to have to override your thought. That's it right there, earthlyelevation.com. You're going to have to override your thought and your emotional state to do something that your future self will thank you for. Not your present self. Your present self has parasites, right? Your present self loves your cats more than you love you. Let me tell you something. This is real talk. When I found out that my cats could be giving me and my family parasites, it took me 6 months before I really got rid of them. Like, I didn't get rid of them. They live outside. They come in, lay down when it gets windy or wild, and they go back outside. But they don't poop in the house, right? As long as they don't poop in the house, they good. I bought my cats a nice big cat house with 2 compartments with nice cushions. They love it out there. When my cats started going outside, they started to change. They started to become one with themselves because they were in prison and they didn't know they were a slave until you let your cats go outside and decide whether they want to come back to you. But when I first found out, it was difficult for me too, because I was at this space where I did not want to accept that truth because I love my cats. But I had to ask myself questions. Do you love your cats more than you love yourself or your family? That's what I had to ask myself, a serious question. And the answer is, hell no. But some of us love our animals more than we love ourselves. And you need to really think about that. I'm telling you. Forget your feelings and emotions and observe them. Step outside of yourself and ask yourself, why am I angry right now? Why when somebody tells me the truth, I'm angry? Or I only like this person when they tell me the truth that I know. Why would you only want to hear things that you already know? Think about that. Why would you want to hear things which you already know? earthlyelevation.com. Just like that, earthlyelevation.com. It's links in the bio, right? Yes, no. Cats are the most yes, they are the cleanest pets, but I'm not talking about them externally. I'm talking about them internally. I'm not talking about the cat itself is a great animal, right? I'm gonna pin it right now. I got you. I'll pin it, family. I got you. Say less. I got you. We got parasites. We gotta do something about that. Now, how do I pin this? Let me see. Pin it. Boom. There we go. It's pinned. There we go. earthlyelevation.com. All right. But cats are the cleanest animal that you can have. They are. They require the least maintenance besides that goddamn litter box, right? That litter box is where the parasites live because the parasites are gestating inside the cat. When the parasite poops, it's inside the parasite poop. And the parasite knows you. The parasite wants to get to you. So it knows that I'm like, where do parasites go to human school? It's like parasites landed here a long time ago and changed the planet. And we don't want to see that. Because we don't want to realize we're inhabited by extraterrestrial parasites which live in our body. What do they call our microbiome? Our microbiome is an ecology of non-human organisms which live inside of our body. Things like H. pylori, right? Which live inside of our body. If you want to learn about your microbiome, which is a microbiome which lives inside of your body, which is not from this planet, read the book called Microbiome. Understand your microbiome, family. But when you put emotions inside the mix, it impedes our growth because you're emotional about what it is you learned, right? But back to what I was saying, why do you only want to learn things that you already know? We know the food is bad. Okay, we've been through that, right? We know the food is bad, right? We know all that. We know that they're lying to us on televised television, right? We know that, right? Somebody's asking Tam, was it Tam? Boyce, did you take it? Answer them. Did you take it? Let me know. I don't know if you took it. You took it? You took it. But anyway, when it comes down to it, we know these things. But when it comes down to it, when we find out something we don't know, we get mad at the person telling us. Because that means we're going to actually have to do something about it. Because the person normally tells us things that we can apply into our lives, and the person it's now telling us something that we don't want to hear. So instead of getting mad at the parasite and getting rid of this bastard, or getting rid of the cat's litter box and letting the cat live outside, or giving the cat to somebody else so you can be freed from the parasites, there you go. What happens? You stop and you don't grow, and then you become the same person in a year because you're refusing to grow, because your cognitive dissonance kicks in, your emotions kick in, and you're not allowed to see it because it is a programming that's instilled into your body, which you have not acknowledged. And when you acknowledge it, you're able to make an action about it. But when you don't acknowledge it, you kick it away and you fight. Family, you fight. All right? Somebody asked what I think about the latest vax. I think about the latest vax. The vax, I'm not getting that. What I think about it is you don't get it. Because you already know y'all got y'all that got it in 2020, y'all already know y'all got bamboozled, right? Y'all got lied to. It wasn't even what y'all think it was. But I can't say it on here. I can't say it on here because I don't want this video to get taken down. So y'all read between the lines of how I'm speaking. If you gotta go to work or get that, quit. Quit. You know, when they first came out with that, right? My first thought was, oh, this is a trick. This is a trap. They're trying to do something else to you. They're trying to put something into you. They're trying to alter your DNA because they know it's about to happen to your DNA, which is why I'm out here speaking their languages, because I'm learning from my DNA, right? I'm out here playing with fire, touching it, not burning me because I ain't put that stuff in my body. But if you are smart, you will not get that. If you are somebody who doesn't exercise common sense and you're living in fear and you think money is more important in your life, if they print out of thin air and they laugh at you while they printing the money out, then you go ahead and get it. Because at the end of the day, we found out who had common sense in 2020. We found out who had fear in 2020. We found out who believed in God for real in 2020. That's what we found out. We found that out in 2020. All right? So 2024 is about to be some whole nother type of stuff. Right? So you need to strengthen your mental fortitude and your physical fortitude and start to practice fasting and proper eating, because whether you eat fruits, vegetables, or meat, it's all bad. All of it. I saw a video of a guy scraping an apple and lighting a fire from the waxes on the apple that we're consuming. I'm going to do a reaction to that one. He was scraping wax with a knife and he lit it on fire, put some sticks in it and started a fire with the wax from an apple. Exercise moderation with whatever you eat, whether it's the meat, whether it's the vegetables, whether it's the fruit. Just fast. Just fast. Just fast. I do know what it can be in 2025 and 2030, but let's worry about 2024 right now. Because 2024 is going to set us up for 2025, 2030. 2030, that sky going to crack. That's going to crack, baby, because that's a firmament. That's a firmament that they steady trying to break all the time, which heals itself. They used to fly rockets. If you ever go online and look at them trying to break the firmament, right? Because that's like a thick ice glass, right? That's why rockets are always pointed, because they're trying to break through it. They can't, because as soon as they crash into it, it heals itself. It's a regenerating dome. Where do y'all think they get the idea for the snow globe from? They put it in our faces. But let's get to the parasites, because I can go to a whole nother type of conversation. Everything is dangerous now. The meat is bad. The vegetables are bad. The fruit is bad. All of it. Which is why I'm somebody who's an advocate of taking herbs. Herbs, whatever you want to call them. It starts with an H, but they want you to forget the H and do an E. It's the dumbest thing. I just be doing what I want to do. But they want you to take, so I take herbs, right? And because I don't trust a lot of companies out there, I come out with my own and I share it with the people. And when you find out what I've been taking and you start to experience the benefits, which is why I be on level 10 all the time, you on level 10. I got a client that's working with me, right? He wasn't like this the whole time I've been working with him. He's one of my clients I'm helping activate his DNA, right? And as soon as I sent him my new supplements, he texting me, he calling me, He's sending me voice messages with him spitting language. He is turned up. You know why? Because he was always turned up, but them parasites was turning him down. So now, when he starts taking it within a week, he hitting me up all the time. He want to do this. He want to do that. It's like all his old ideas that's been laying dormant are coming back to him now. Right? Right. I'm just saying it's time to wake up. I'm just saying it's time to stop being emotional. Right? Your body needs a certain amount of micronutrients for proper nutrition. Micronutrients. It does not need as much macronutrients as you think, family. That's a lie too. I don't care what books you've read, from what person wants you to believe a certain thing. I've tested these things out that I've learned. I've said, how long can the body sustain off of micronutrients? A long time. And still be in shape. I'll be playing basketball on 3 days with nothing but herbs. 3 days playing ball, cooking them. So what are y'all talking about? No, you need micronutrients to look how society wants you to look. To get that big butt, to get the muscles. That's why you want macronutrients, because society told you gotta look a certain way. You gotta be thicky. You gotta be muscular. You're not a man. You gotta be thicky or men don't like you. That's why you want the macronutrients. You want to overeat. That's what's really happening here. And the parasites want to be able to share, because you're feeding a family of 16 inside of your body right now. Most of y'all pregnant with parasites. You have to step outside the information that somebody gives you. You have to go get it yourself. You have to go get it yourself, family. Because as long as you're learning what somebody else gave you, a curriculum somebody put in front of you, and you don't go discover it yourself, you're always going to get emotional when somebody tells you something like cats have parasites. I got 3 cats. I'm not getting rid of my cats. I let them go outside and poop. You go outside and poop. But I ain't even worried about parasites no more, because I got something that fights them internally. I mean, are we going to deal with the problem without solution? Or are we going to talk about the problem? Because one thing I am is proactive. I'm going to get things done. What about you? Once you find out the truth, are you going to get things done? Or are you going to talk to your friends about it? I'll give y'all an example, right? What I've noticed about people, my son plays basketball, right? And his coach and his team is trash. Like, the team is imploding. They're arguing with each other. I've even tried to get the coach fired, because he's one of those Caucasian racist people, and it's a racist school district, which will basically keep a Caucasian in the head, even if he's not somebody who is qualified for the job. So I'm trying to get him out to get somebody who's qualified for the job, because the kids are stressed out, and you're trying to mess up kids' futures because you don't know how to coach, but you won't quit. So I've noticed a lot of parents in this school district, they'll complain amongst themselves, but they'll do nothing about it. Meanwhile, I'm loud on the sidelines. I'm talking. I'm vocal. I'm vocal. Like, I'm vocal here. I'm vocal when I feel strongly enough about something. So I go to the director of basketball, and I tell the problems. They don't want to do nothing about it. I'm like, yo, what's up with the parents? Why are the parents going to watch their children suffer? Because they don't want to ruffle feathers. This is America. America will talk amongst themselves about the problem, but they'll do nothing about it. Because the way you do one thing is the way you do all things. So the way you do one thing tells me a lot about how you do all things. If it's somebody who's lazy, if it's somebody who doesn't follow through, you probably don't follow through with all things. But it's probably because you got parasites in you that don't want to follow through. It's probably because your mental capacity isn't sharp, because you have been corrupted with sugar and parasites. It goes deep, family. It goes deep. It goes deep. So everybody looking at me like I'm crazy, because I'm the only one that wants to do something about it. Like, yo, y'all going to just talk amongst yourselves? Y'all going to just complain? I'm not really a complainer. I like to do things about it. If I'm complaining, I'm moving while I'm talking about it. I'm doing something. But everybody look at me like I'm crazy when I be talking on the sidelines. Like, yo, he can't coach. He sucks. I live in a very racist school district that wants to hold on to their racism. That was actually owned by us, Aboriginals. And they don't want to see us take over. So they rather burn down the ship than give it to one of us. Huh? And if you Caucasian watching this, you know what time it is. You know how your peoples get down. If you're not like that, you know how your people get down. If you are like that, you probably don't get mad at me for saying this, but I don't give a goddamn. I don't care. I'm telling the truth. That's what I am. I'm a truth teller. And once you unlock your brain, more, you even see clearer. You see clearer. You're like, whoa, why didn't I see this before? Right in front of my face? I didn't see this? What the heck's going on? So, yes, cats have parasites. Okay. Cats have parasites, which live inside of their bodies, that come out through their feces. When you clean their litter, you get parasites. You also get parasites from eating unclean food as well. You get parasites from drinking unclean water. You get parasites from consuming unclean vegetables and fruit. So, what do I do for Easter consumption? What's Easter? What is that? Oh, another ritual they want you to participate in? I don't deal with rituals, family. So don't ask me about any holidays. I don't deal with rituals whatsoever. I don't deal with them. Valentine's Day is a pedophilic holiday. Origin, pedophilia. A naked boy? Cupid's arrow? Pedophiles created that for you to celebrate. I'm going to leave it right there. How do you detox your children? You stop feeding them garbage. You know, every time somebody tells me, what supplement can I give to my children? Just stop feeding them sugar and garbage. I don't care how much they cry. I don't care how much they want it. Let them cry. Once upon a time, we didn't have a choice of what we ate. We had to eat what was right on that plate, and we didn't move until it was gone. Don't stop spreading them peas around, boy. You better eat that. Here, put them together. You eat that peas. The peas is good for you. So the problem is, we're giving our kids too much of a choice of what they eat. Now, if you're in a separated household, I understand your pain, because I deal with that too. You know, with my children that live outside of my house, I deal with that too. I can't control what they eat outside of my house, but when they're inside of my house, they're going to know Dad brings order. Dad restores order. You don't eat that around me. I don't care what your mama said. That's bullshit. So, if you do have a mother, and if you are with your guy, or you're a guy, you're with your girl, and your kid is always sick, nose is always runny, check this, family. Your kids getting sick is not normal. Hopefully what I just said didn't piss you off, but if it did, you're not ready to grow to the next level. Because I'm telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. Simple truth. But anyway, if you have a spouse, or you're with your child's your child's other person, then you come together and you make sure your child doesn't get sick by feeding your child food that doesn't create mucus. Because mucus is the first thing that makes your child sick. If you're giving your child sugar, your child probably has parasites too. Yep. That's a hard thing to stomach. I was telling my son today, I was like, yo, bro, you got parasites. Take this. If you took this, you wouldn't want to eat that. Because my son, he's old enough where he can make his own choices. Because I was realizing that when your children go to school, they're going to sneak behind your back. My oldest son and my youngest son was sneaking behind my back. I was getting them to make their own lunch, and they was going to school, sneaking behind my back, eating that garbage. So I was like, all right, you want to go ahead and do it? Go ahead and do it. When you get sick, I'm not taking care of you. So whenever they get sick, I give them water, whatever. I ain't doing it because you're not listening to me. You're not going to make me go down with you if you get sick. I'm not beat. I'm the old school father. I'm not beat. But it pisses a lot of people off because people be babying their kids, right? So at the end of the day, I'm gonna answer some questions real quick before I keep on going, because I'm going. I know I'm pissing people off today, but that's the job of a chosen one. Our job is to piss y'all off and tell y'all the truth. Do you use these products to parasite clumps like living? I don't even know what that means. I can't. That doesn't make no sense. You know what I mean? Yes. How do you get the parasites out of your 4-year-old? You might want to contact me because I don't want to say anything out loud on this live because people just do it. So I would like to help you on the private tip. If anybody got kids and you want to get the parasites out of your kids, I do have ways to help you, but I can't say them publicly, you know what I mean, because we know how that goes. Right now I'm attacking parasites, and everybody is controlled by them. So what else should I have to say? I'm attacking one of the most dangerous beings on the planet, parasites that control people's minds. Listen, family. I'm going to give you one more thing before I go that you should watch tonight, right? I want you to watch the movie with Usher. It's called The Faculty. Do y'all remember that movie called The Faculty? And there were extraterrestrial little things, right, that they found. It looked crazy. When they put the parasites in water, family, the parasites became alive, right? Remember that? What's the percentage of water in your body? What's the percentage of water in your body? 75 to 80%. So the parasites are not active unless they go inside of your water. And did you see when the parasites went into people, how it changed the people, and the people started attacking the ones that didn't have the parasites so they can give them the parasites? Or how about the fact that you're probably with your partner because they got parasites and parasites got you, and y'all only look attractive because when you get the parasites out of you, some of your partners are going to look different. Oh, the faculty. Yes, the faculty. Yeah. Some of your partners are going to look different because those parasites were attracting you to your partners. And when you start getting rid of those parasites, you might get a divorce. Ooh. Did I just tell an uncomfortable truth today? I'm just saying. How do you get the parasites out? You see that thing right there I pinned before I go? Go there and get the parasites out. Take Shilajit, get neurocognizance, elevate your mind. You will become, listen, 2024 is the last year many of y'all got to ascend. It's the last year. People like me are really pushing it at you to save you. We're here to help you save yourself. I'm just providing the source. All right? I put the work in. I'm providing it for you to save yourself. You have to make the decision. But when this shit hits the fan and you don't have no protection, you're not stocked up, you remember what I said. And because the parasite got you to procrastinate and say he's just talking bullshit or he's trying to sell something, right? You're going to be shit out of luck. And I'm not here to try to scare you. I'm here to tell you the goddamn truth. Because when I got rid of these bastards, oh my goodness, how my systems turned online so quickly. And there's a thing inside of you that always wants to grow and ascend, but something seems to stop you. You know you got to do it on a Friday, but you say, I'm going to wait till Monday. What stops you from doing it right now? Now, you know, Saturday and Sunday, even Friday night, you're going to wild out. And that Monday could turn to 30 Mondays later because you didn't move on that Friday or Saturday. Interesting. What are those thoughts that make you not want to be the best version of yourself? Is it natural for a human not to want to be the best version of themselves? Let's really think about this deep. Like, ask yourself the difficult questions if you are actually tired of where you are in your life. Or if you're not tired, but you want to be at a better place, but something seems to stop you, like an internal block. 2024 is not the end. 2024 is the beginning. It is the end for the corruption. It is the end for the lies. It is the beginning for the republic, which is you. So 2024 is not the end for many of us. It's the end for those who have been controlling and lying to us. That is who the end is for. It is the beginning for those who want to ascend. It is the beginning for those who are truth tellers, who want to do better in life, who want to eat better in life, who want to think at a higher capacity. Now I'm providing you with those things that will do that. It's up to you to decide whether you want to do it. I'm going to keep on going hard for y'all, whether y'all want to do it or not. I know somebody's going to want to do it. Listen, before I go, my old saying since 2015 is my name is Coach Reg, a.k.a. Mr. Intensity, and my job is to awaken the world's consciousness one person at a time. Hopefully that person is you. That was my old saying. And since then, many have been awakened. Many have been awakened. And it's time for you, if you are not awakened, Because if you're still getting emotional about cats and parasites, you ain't awakened yet. You ain't there yet. It's time. It's time. It's time. Exercise balance in your life. Just because you're healthy doesn't mean you can't have fun. I'm about to have fun tonight. Just because you're healthy don't mean you can't have fun. Just because you're healthy don't mean you can't eat some food you want to eat. Just make sure it's healthy. You can eat healthy and still have fun. You don't got to eat cookies and cakes. You really don't even want you don't even want the sugar anyway. Your melanin, if you're a melanated person, your melanin doesn't even like the sugar. It doesn't even like the sugar. Your melanin is an alkaloid substance the sugar is, and it bonds with it and becomes one with it, which is why we're more prone to addiction, which is why we get diabetes, which is why we get high blood pressure, which is why we get fibroids, which is why we get high cholesterol, which is why we get all these things. Because we have that melanin substance inside of us, and it's very sensitive to sugar. Sugar is like 1 molecule away from heroin, and it's the most addictive substance on the planet. Parasites' favorite food is sugar. Sugar. Family, it's sugar. It's sugar. So if you're mad about cats and parasites, well, keep your cats and your parasites. Simple as that. But if you're not, it's time to do something about it today. Parasites are going to have you doing some BS tonight. Now, you know what? But you got a whole cabinet. Your parasites are going to be like this, right? You got a whole cabinet full of these snacks, and you got to eat these out. You got to eat these out. So check this, right? This is what I did when I got rid of my parasites. I took all those snacks that was in my cabinets, all those plant-based snacks, all that stuff that my kids had, you know, all them supposed plant-based snacks that still have sugar in them. I took them to the beach and I fed them to the seagulls. Because seagulls are a bottomless pit. They'll eat whatever. They don't care. I fed them all to the seagulls. Yep, they loved it. Because they're I don't even think seagulls are real. You know, a lot of birds, if I went into this one, that a lot of birds aren't even real, that you think they are, I'm not even going there. I wish I could go there, but I ain't going to go there. But, whatever. Whatever. At the end of the day, do what you want to do. I'm only here to give you the information as a chosen one. Many of you are chosen one, and you don't even know you're chosen because you haven't even stepped into your purpose because you have parasites. And other chosen ones are here to remind you of who you are, right? Somebody asked this question twice. Worms come out in the feces of alive or destroyed? Depends. Sometimes they come out alive. Sometimes they come out destroyed. I've seen them both. I don't really want to check it too much. I don't like looking at my shit too much. You know what I mean? Inspecting it, going through it. But one thing that you know they are gone because your thoughts are beginning to change. You know they are gone because you do not crave any certain food. You know they are gone because your taste buds are changing. I'll give you an example, right? The other day, I was going to eat something that was healthy, but it was like a cauliflower bread pizza or whatever, right? And normally the parasites would love that, I guess. There's something in this particular cauliflower bread pizza, right? I ate one bite and I went to go throw up. Imagine if all the food that you ate right now was bad and you didn't even know it because you didn't taste it right or your body didn't sense it right. And then when you got rid of the parasites, all the food you used to eat would make you throw up, which shows you how bad the food really was. Because when I took one bite, I'm like, you know how you about to throw up and the saliva starts to come up? Like, I spit the rest out and I went to go throw up. And I hate throwing up. I hate throwing up. I hate it. But when you got these parasites, they're altering your taste buds. And you're tasting food differently. Some of y'all say, I don't like fruit. Or some of y'all say, water don't taste good. Really? You don't like fruit? Your natural sugar that's actually more designed for your body than anything else? Or you don't like water when it has no taste? What is telling you that? To go grab a Sprite instead of some fruit? Or make a juice? What is telling you that? Anyway, I'm going to go enjoy my night. I hope you enjoy your night. I hope you do it smart. Because now, for all these years I've been talking about parasites, you've asked me to come out with a parasite cleanse. And I finally did it. It took me a long time to do it. and I did it. Do what you gotta do, but I'm providing the sources and solutions for you. Read your book. Last thing, read the book, The Brain on Parasites, and you'll be enlightened to a new type of knowledge. But as long as you're emotional, you'll never grow. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.